Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back, everyone, to the Lounge Pokemon Draft League Season 1 Battle Breakdown. This is Kyle from Team Motif, and today we are on our Week 8 match between Eric and Michael. This is actually Eric's last battle in the regular season. He had the bye for Week 9, which means he played all 8 in a row. Kind of a marathon for him. Eric is currently sitting at a 4-3 record, and Michael, his opponent, is sitting at a 3-3 record. Let's see how this battle is going to turn out here. So we have a good starting match for Eric, the special wall of all special walls, Blissey, versus a special attacker in the Rotom Heat. Michael wisely switches out here. I mean, why not Volt Switch at this point? I mean, just switching might be just as effective because only did 10% and leftovers is going to be revealed in a second. But a good switch to Toxicroak. Eric used this time to set up a Stealth Rock. And here we go. Smart play from Michael, and he probably built this Toxicroak just for the Blissey because there isn't too much it can do. It can Seismic Toss, so what? You just lose some HP, you're going to hit it back even stronger anyway. It can Stealth Rock, which it did. It can heal, and it can try to paralyze you. Michael got around this with a smart substitute, and now he's in a very good position. Eric is probably going to need to switch out here, and he does, into the Slowbro. And getting a Toxic on the Slowbro, that is big. A Toxic on a Blissey is okay if it needs to stay in, but they usually run Natural Cure, which would just make them switch out and just lose the special condition. But a Toxic on a wall, such as Slowbro, is pretty big. Slowbro is probably going to do a lot of switching anyway, but it's helpful to have a tanky Pokemon on the timer. Sucker Punch, not doing hardly anything, which shows how tanky this Slowbro is today. Super effective, not stab, but still 70 base power move, so 140, and not only did 20% damage. Toxic getting a little bit more chip, but Drain Punch only doing 9. Probably smart from Michael though, because he knew, yeah, this Trick Room is coming up soon. Really, all this Slowbro has done in the past has been Future Sight, Trick Room, Chilling Water, and then Slack Off. So he probably knew that another Future Sight was not coming. Into the Corviknight, and Drain Punch doing neutral damage, but only 17, not too much. Does get that little bit of heal, but now Eric is in a very good position. He's in Trick Room, he has a tanky flying type in there, and the Future Sight just broke the sub. So Poison isn't going to do anything, Fighting is going to be neutral, and the Dark type cannot do a whole lot to this Corviknight. So Michael knows this, goes back into the Rotom Heat, and Eric probably predicting a switch. He gets the low priority switch with the U-turn. Now, Michael realizes that the Rotom Heat probably isn't going to do much, but that is another switch from the Rotom Heat, so he's going to be taking a lot of Stealth Rock damage. But switching in the Toxicroak, and oh boy, here comes the Swords Dance Big Yellow. This is very dangerous because even though there's only one more turn of Trick Room, this thing has such high attack with Swords Dance too, and it's just going to be hitting super hard. An Earthquake, even if that was neutral, probably would have taken it out. Toxicroak is not the tankiest thing in the world. Now we have Trick Room running out, but the Brute Bonnet coming in. One of the few Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet that can have that guaranteed sleep move with Spore. So we'll see. And Eric decides to switch out into the Blissey, eating the sleep because it can just switch out. Sleep Clause is in effect for this battle, so only one Pokemon can be asleep at a time. So good move from Eric right there. And immediately swapping out. Good double switch here. Terra Fire and Terra Blast getting a critical hit on the Gengar. Now I did calc this because Eric has had a lot of unlucky crits in the past, and this crit did matter. If there was not a crit, if for some reason Eric was running max defense Gengar, it would have only done like 50 to 60% damage. If it was not defensive build, the max it would have done was around 96% damage without a crit. But this is the first crit in this match, and it did indeed matter. The one-hit KO on Gengar, dying before it could even do anything. Now in comes the Slowbro, hoping to capitalize on the Terrifier. His other two types, though, the Brute Bonnet, are good against Slowpoke, or Slowbro. But Eric sees this and goes for his Terra Dragon. Resists the 3 starter types as well as Electric. And that's going to be 2 of the Brute Bonnet's attacking moves right now. Trick Room coming up. Slowbro going to be outspeeding everything in Trick Room. In comes the Rotom Heat, but that's 50%. It's taken just from Stealth Rocks. And look at that. Chilling Water only does 34%. It just shows how weak the move is combined with the defensive build. Doesn't do a whole lot. Lowers the attack. It's not going to matter. The only impact of that not killing is just deals more Toxic Chip and 1 less turn of Trick Room. Now in comes the Tinkaton, which is a good matchup here against the Slowbro. Fairy is going to be dealing a lot to that Dragon. Could Chilling Water here just to lower the attack, but just going to switch out, reset the Toxic Timer, and get the Regenerator, but he's going to pay for it, eating a big Gigaton Hammer, dealing almost 80% to this Blissey, which is huge. Life Orb is revealed as the item. Thunder Wave going to get paralyzed, and Play Rough going to get a critical hit there too. Now I calc this one as well, and if the Tinkaton was not using an attack nature, only the 4 lowest rolls on Play Rough without a crit don't kill Blissey there. And that's only if the Blissey is running max defense. So I'm going to call this crit mostly didn't matter. If it didn't kill, he would have gotten another chance to hope for paralysis, but it didn't really end up mattering too much, I don't think. In comes a Slowbro, and another critical hit. That is crazy. 2 critical hits in a row with the same move from the same Pokemon. Chilling Water, and Eric gets a crit too! What's going on? Now these 2 crits, while they did do more damage, they don't really end up mattering in the long run. Gonna lower the attack there. Still not in toxic range due to the leftovers healing, but he's just gonna switch it out anyway. Play Rough gonna miss, wasn't gonna do much anyway. But in comes the Bulldoze, does 50% even with the lowered attack. Now Bulldoze, I'm guessing, was built specifically for this Magnezone. Not the strongest move, but with 4 times effectiveness, why not slap it on that Pokemon? Lowering the speed as well. Not gonna matter with the paralysis though. Eric just gonna Volt Switch out of there. Back to the Slowbro. Now up to 40% with the Regenerator. And here comes the Iron Valiant in for the first time. Good matchups against the Dragon type here. And gonna be revealing Quark Drive speed here. Moonblast doing nothing against this Magnezone. Could be Assault Vest, but Close Combat revealing a mixed set here. Gonna destroy that Magnezone. Double switch here. We've seen Eric do this a few times just to get that passive healing on Slowbro and switching in a better matchup and tanking that Moonblast. Doesn't get the special attack drop. It wouldn't have affected Corviknight. Oh, but never mind. Pressure is revealed, so the Mirror Armor would not have came into effect anyway. Michael switching out, does not want to eat a Brave Bird. And now watch this. Boom, boom, boom. But then leftovers heal. It's crazy. 3 recoils there. Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, and the Brave Bird. It's probably... chip damage like that is very valuable against a tanky Pokemon like Corviknight, especially with a defensive Garchomp build. Now Roost here, and Dragon Tail crit. That crit didn't do anything. But into the Dragon Slowbro. Now what would have been absolutely crazy, hard read, would have been if Michael would have Earthquaked, expecting the Roost. But at this point in the battle, no need to take that big of a risk. I'd say you're winning a little bit. You still have both your OU Pokemon, so does Eric. But, well, I guess it's pretty even. He could have taken the risk, but it ended up paying off with the Dragon Tail here. Getting the Stealth Rock. Now, I'm not really sure what the Stealth Rock was really going to accomplish here. Stealth Rock gonna not do anything against the Iron Hands. Only gonna do 12 against the Corviknight. I mean, I guess if the Slowbro wants to keep switching out, getting that chip damage, but maybe just another Dragon Tail here could have been beneficial for Michael. In comes the Future Sight, and here comes the Earthquake. Not doing much. Maybe he was reading a switch to get in the immediate Iron Hands like Eric has done before to try to maximize the Trick Room. But good stay-in from the Slowbro from Eric. Now he's probably going to switch. No, he does not. Chilling Water, neutral damage, and lowering the attack. And now here comes the Dragon Tail. A little bit too late there. Kind of took him out before the Toxic started to take too much effect. And it's essentially a free switch into the Iron Hands for Eric here. Going to be able to maximize the rest of the Trick Room with a lowered attack Garchomp. And we have seen Ice Punch in the past from this. Will he go for it now? Yes, he does, but a very good switch from Michael, getting in the Fire type to tank that Ice Punch beautifully. But the Future Sight coming in and chipping down. Why not Sucker Punch there? Probably going to get taken out anyway. And now we have both of Michael's OU Pokemon left against both of Eric's OU, as well as a Slowbro that can still set up Trick Room. Let's see. In comes Iron Valiant, gonna outspeed everything. Switching to Corviknight. Probably doesn't want to eat a Moonblast, but he gets hit by it anyway. Not dealing a whole lot. But Thunderbolt revealed on the Iron Valiant. We have not seen it yet, but the first use of it is gonna be huge for Michael here. Destroying the Corviknight. Corviknight is more defensive than special defensive, and that Thunderbolt, Michael pulled it out at just the right time. And now from here it's pretty much over. Slowbro at half, gonna get destroyed by the Moonblast because of the Terra Dragon. And here comes the big yellow Moonblast and another critical hit. Now that was pretty insane. 5 critical hits for Michael, 1 critical hit for Eric. I did do the calcs on this last critical hit. That crit did matter in terms of 1 hit killing it. With the calcs that I put in on the calculator with the sets that I used, a crit plus anything but the lowest roll would have killed a full Iron Hands with Moonblast. But with the Stealth Rock, even if the crit was on the lowest roll, it would have killed. But I also did reverse calculations for the Iron Hands back at the Iron Valiant, and nothing that the Iron Hands had could one-hit Valiant. So that crit kind of mattered, but in the long run, he could have just Moonblasted again because he would have survived. So anyway, that's going to do it for this battle. A lot of unfortunate luck for Eric. That very first crit with the Brute Bonnet taking out the Gengar would be the only one that would matter, I would say. All the rest were either too little damage or inconsequential to the main overall result of the battle. Eric is going to drop to a 500 record at 4-4, and Michael is going to improve to a record of 4-3. Michael has 1 more battle left in the regular season, and at this point, looking pretty good for a playoff spot. Eric is also looking pretty good for a playoff spot as well. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to comment how much you think this game is rigged against Eric with all these crits, but also feel free to comment if you think that crits are a good part of the game, bad part of the game, which crits mattered. Just, I want to know your opinions on critical hits. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Playoffs are right around the corner.